What's up, everybody? Yo. And Harsha, Bobby, and I believe Christina's in the house. Asked her to help me moderate. Oh. Am I looking this Sunday? It is cold here in Vegas, people. It got below freezing, which is very unusual. Luckily, I just got back from Utah where it's 20 degrees every morning, so I guess I'm kind of used to it. Let's get after it. What's up? Loosen them shoulders up. So how's everybody doing today? There's nobody in the chat yet. Marshall, you still online or did you take off on me? moved my weight set off from the wall a little bit to make it a little easier to get the plates on. Hey, baby. Wife's in the house. There's only 5 people online. Yeah. Yeah, maybe the wave's over. For a while there, man, I was killing it. Cheek curled 95 for 11 reps. When you say cheek curl, what do you mean by that? Oh yeah. It seems like when I'm doing curls, in the rare occasions I do curls. When I'm burning out, you get that little extra oomph at the end of it. But then I see these guys like practically rowing it off the floor. John, you're the man. Why would it block that? He even used proper pronunciation. Put an apostrophe between you and R and everything. Show. John, for whatever reason, YouTube blocked your comment, which I find to be weird. Yeah, YouTube censored that. I don't know why. How old are you, Sean? I'm 50. Get down and give me 5 right now. Well, why would I do that when I'm bench pressing? I think it flagged gender. That's weird. I'll give you 5 reps on the bench press, which is way more than I weigh. No, it's not way more. This is about what I weigh. I think I'm over my cold, but I'm still coughing that crap up. Boss Fanel, he's laughing at me. I left my wallet in your mom's nightstand again. Ooh, you're a brave one. Anybody who'd tackle that she-beast, you're taking one for the team, brother. Somebody just admitted to having sex with my mom, sweetheart. Well, somebody had to dust them bridges off. I'm glad you're the one. Boss Fanal. That's a nice rack, especially the pulley system. No, they're stationary, but I got different connection points. What is my shoulder caps routine, Sean? Well, I'm a powerlifter, so I don't really have a routine for individual body parts. I just do barbell movements. Bench press, weighted dips. If I had dumbbells, I'd use those. 25 push-ups on your knuckles. She's my beast. Good luck. Said, what's up, Uncle? Do you do all your workouts at home, Luke? No, we train three nights a week at a Muay Thai gym. One Kicks, it's off of it's here in Vegas. Soledad, hit the like if you're gonna be rude, be funny. That's pretty funny. It'd be hilarious if I showed a picture of what my mom looked like. Did you watch UFC yesterday, Mike? No, I didn't do anything yesterday. He says I have a great sense of humor. Thanks, brother. Yeah, that's well. When I say bench press, Bob, I don't really mean like all the variations. I got the camber bar, I got the football bar, and today I'm working with the straight bar, so I kind of rotate through all of them. But I guess the point is I don't have a specific shoulder routine. Like I don't do anything. This is just from overhead press. I do a lot of overhead pressing. Della crawled into bed with you. Oh, my wife's moderating. She just had hip surgery, so she's in the bedroom helping me out. Red Hulk, Green Hulk. Are you eating Red Lobster? uh, I mean, I don't have anything against the place. What's it, Mig? How do you pronounce that? Mignojam. Migno Jam. What's good? I'll tell you what's good is for some reason I have 6,000 subscribers and I never thought I would have 20 people to listen to my dumbass. And I'm trying to get to 7,000, so help me out. Ollie, are you hidden? No. What's up, Matt C? Oh, Matt, we're watching Sakamoto Days together as a family. Well, I don't know if Della's watching it. What do you think of the Netflix? It's pretty badass. Sakamoto Days on Netflix. Check it out. How muscular is the gooch? Any good gooch workouts? Yeah, so you need to talk to Solid Dad Soldier. He's been working his gooch out with my mom. He can help you out with that. John, Mrs. Gen X in the chat. Yes, she is. Is that show good? Yeah, I'm digging it. Sakamoto Day specifically is what we're talking about. Yeah, really, very enjoyable. Heavyweight at WTF, World's Strongest. You're goddamn right. Bro, you're not even closest to the strongest Marine. No, well, Vince Urbank, number one, isn't a competitive powerlifter, and I have a higher dot score than him. So pound for pound, I am stronger, and I'm ranked higher. Bap! Suck it. Fortnite with Kermit. Wiki. Yeah, that's why we train. Car people. Yeah, before you're gonna spout off heavyweight, go check the rankings. Look at the dot scores, look at the McCulloch scores, and then compare the two, and then get back to me. Openpowerlifting.watch. You can look everything up. Fortnite with Kermit, you're weak. Yeah, you said that. What's your point? So what does that say about you, Fortnite? Because I'm stronger than you are. How much do you weigh? Right now I'm about 216. What's your bench? Right around 405, 410? I haven't maxed out in a while. I thought they did drug testing in the Marines. Yeah, they sure do. Vlad, what's up, brother? Beer belly. I haven't had any beer since 2013. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that a beer belly? No. How do I increase mine? Drink beer, I guess. If you're talking about your bench, well, one thing that everybody can do, regardless of their training program, is they can introduce tempo to their lifting, which is like a nice slow 3 count down, 1, 2, 3, and then some force. So you just slow the reps down and then force, slow, force. That's without knowing how often you train, how much you weigh, what you bench. Just introducing tempo to your lifts will increase your maxes across the board. The other thing you could do is, for short periods of time, you can look at adding a second or third bench day for like 2 or 3 weeks. You're really big for 216. How tall are you? I'm 5'9", a little bit of a hair over 5'9". Are you okay gay? Well, if I was Fortnite, what would be the issue with that? I mean, I'm married, so unfortunately I can't help you out, but you know. How many reps and sets a day? I really don't. I do more of an HIT style training where I work up to a certain weight and then I do an AMRAP, like a set to failure. So hey, I'm gonna block Joe. I'm gonna get rid of him. Let's see here. I don't like to block users, but as soon as they say something racist, I gotta get rid of you. So unfortunately, sorry, Joe. You gotta go, baby. How do I build side laterals? Well, I do lots of pulls. I do like pull-ups, weighted, barbell rows, deadlifts, lots of deadlifts, deficit deadlifts. You just bang steroids all day long. Country, hell yeah, baby. That's how it works too. You just pin yourself, and the next day you wake up and you're Ronnie Coleman and you win Mr. Olympia. It's that simple. Have you ever done boxing? Yeah, check my channel out. I've been boxing a long time, actually. What is a deficit deadlift? Well, simply put, you stand on something that shortens the range of motion for the barbell to the floor. Usually it could be weights or it could be a box, something that brings your feet closer to the barbell so that the lift has a longer range of motion. And I've got, you can check my channel out. I've got lots of videos on it. Vlad, hell yeah. Jay, how's the pump today? We got the pump's so good. I've just started, so but I got some good ones in the chat today, man. We're having some fun. Make no jam, you're cool. I'm gonna buy one. Oh, your hat is cool. Yeah, I love this hat. I got a lot of anime shit. Excessive soreness good or bad for muscle? I don't use soreness as a metric for how good my workout was, because after a while, if you've been training for like 10 years, let's say, like I have, you're not going to get sore. It's going to, oh, we got some messages held for review here. Let's see. SKD something or other. Is that why you have a cauliflower ass? You want to see my ass? You have to pay, though. I'll show you my butt, but you got to show me some money. America first one. Sorry, brother. I don't know how to help you with that. The more your workout burns, the more results, especially if you're eating right. Yeah, but it's hard to say. So, where was I saying with that? With delayed onset muscle soreness, it's not necessarily a good metric. It's not bad. If you get sore, you know you got work done, right? But once you've been training for a significant amount of time and you're using a significant amount of weight, a lot of times you won't get sore anymore. Like it's very hard to get my legs sore. Usually changing the stimulus up, like doing something as simple as, like, say you're a narrow squatter and you just widen your stance a little bit, or you switch deadlift sumo to conventional, then you know what I mean, like you change the stimulus a little, then you'll sometimes experience that. Why are all the trolls coming out? Bring it, man. We like the trolls here. It's all good. No pain, no gain. That's right, country. How much do you lift? My competition total, my best one is 51. And currently in the gym, I'm right around 1730, 1740. Are you new to lifting? I've never lifted a weight in my life. I just thought I'd get online and just try it out. Are you on cycle? No. When I'm in between competitions, I cruise on like HRT amounts, a little bit more than what you'd get prescribed from a doctor, but I cruise on very, very low amounts. What's your current bench? Itachi. I haven't maxed out in a while, but let's say probably about 410. What's the best diet to start lifting at 37? There's no best diet to start lifting. Just get some weights and start moving them. Um, Dieting is all about what you want to do with your body. Are you pregnant? I'm trying to get. It hasn't worked out yet, though. Do you wear a bra? Boom, 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 boom. Well, you want to see my boobies? Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna start charging you guys. Chung, I love gyms, but I don't use whey or some muscle drugs. Is that okay? Well, whey is food. That's like saying I don't have chocolate shakes. It's like, okay. I'm going to say, Chung, you probably should get online and do a little research, but you just go, like, just start working out. You don't need drugs to get into a gym. You look great for an amateur. I wouldn't even call myself an amateur, Pat. Do you like black people? I like everybody. Do you have abs? No, I don't know how I could sit up straight. And honestly, I don't even know how I walked in here. You guys are ruthless today. I love it. I love it. It's a good way to start a Sunday out. I imagine you guys are all sitting on your toilet, scrolling through, trying to find a monkey boy that'll entertain you. Well, you've come to the right place. Ooh, right. I see. Thank you. Flex for us. Let's see if I can flex that little thumb muscle right there. Look at that bad boy. Oh yeah. Dance, monkey. Flex. Only if you subscribe. If you subscribe to my channel, I'll flex for you. Yeah, we don't mind rude. We just look for like clever comments. If you're not funny, I'm not going to read your comment. How much you got on the bar right now? That's 315. You ever played lacrosse? I have not. It looks super interesting. SKDKR. I don't know how to pronounce your name, so I'm going to call you S. Can you peck bounce? My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Damn right. It's better than yours. I'll teach you, but I have to charge. Do you have a bike like Ghost Rider? Hell, I wish. Flex biceps, please. Only if you subscribe. You subscribe, I'll flex. Holy crap, I got chickens in the garage. Here, sweetie. Hey, babe, the girls are in the garage. They came through the gate, apparently, and they're exploring your laundry. What is your age? 5050. Do you recommend using creatine? Yes. It gives you more energy, essentially. My wife did her college paper on creatine. Well, no, the ATP cycle for the cellular energy, more specifically, which creatine directly affects. Do you take roids? Yeah. It's not that simple, but yes. Okay, I'll give you guys Flex there. There you go. I always thought that little thing was cool right there. I don't know if that's genetics or I got that little. Like, oh man. Are you retired? I wish. Arif. I'm not from the military. Yes. Do you yak loads of coke? Back in the day, I used to. We don't do that anymore. Dude's pregnant. Yeah, I'm on my third trimester. You like that? So when you sit down, are you like totally flexed? So when you sit in a chair, are you like sucked up like, or do you like relax a little? You know what I mean? Like I'd like to see what you look like when you're sitting down. Jose Alex, let's see what's that. Any recommendations on how to get max bench up? Tempo and so I would add tempo to your reps, which is like basically slow down the negatives. What's up, baby girl? Did you come to get the chickens? Uh-oh, they're fleeing on you. So you can add tempo to your reps and then increase the frequency of your bench. So you can, like, if you're benching once a week, you can do like up to 3 times for short periods of time. You know, like to add a second or third bench day, but you only want to do that for like 3 or 4 weeks. Thanks, Arif. I appreciate that. I don't know what Jose said, so somebody put him on a timeout. I'm trying to build my home gym, but weights are hell of expensive. Any tips where to get plates for cheap? So Onyx, yeah. Well, Bob, Millennial Power Sailor Strong, has like, I don't know where he finds his gym equipment, but he's like the king of finding inexpensive weights. I've noticed Temu has them really cheap, but I don't trust Temu's app. Got a message help review here. Honestly, bro, you look really unhealthy, and I'm being genuine here. Thanks, Craig. I appreciate that. Craig says I look very unhealthy. Where were we? Oh, yeah. So, Temu. You can find cheap weights on Temu, but I don't know how reliable the service is. I would recommend like Offer Up or like estate sales. Like if you have one of those apps that you can buy and sell used stuff, that's where I got a lot of my stuff. I got it off of like estate sales, things of that nature. So the only thing I really spent money on was my barbells. Just test or other. What do you use off cycles? No, I use 200 milligrams of test and 100 of DHB. And so it's like a 300 milligram cruise normally. And then we do our blood work like every 6 to 8 weeks. So if that needs to be adjusted, so you know, if I start having side effects like acne or whatever, I'll go get my blood work done. And I do everything through a lab, Helix HRT here in Vegas. They're also online. So if you wanted to get online and work with them, they got a bunch of doctors. They'll get you lined up and they'll take care of you. So I don't do like I'm not I don't advocate like you know how you could just go like buy from Bob on the job site. Like I wouldn't recommend doing that. Everything I do is through a doctor. What's wrong with my stomach, Craig? Like what is wrong with my stomach? Like what's wrong with that? What's the issue? What are you talking about, Craig? I'm 50 years old. I'm probably in way better shape than you are. Like, what's the issue? What are you talking about? Masking your heart work harder than it ever should? I check my blood pressure every morning. I have my blood pressure monitor right. Where is it? Oh, what's out here? Like, my standing blood pressure when I wake up in the mornings is usually 120 over 70. Like, what are you talking about? You're a fucking moron, dude. I bet you my health metrics are way better than yours. And you know why I know that? Because I monitor them. I go to a doctor and I get checked up regularly. When's the last time you got your blood work done? You don't, I'm not going to remove you. No, stand by your words, dumbass. We stand by our words here on my channel. And here's the thing is I don't believe for a second that you care about me as a person. You're just trying to be an asshole and you don't know what you're talking about. So, you tell educate us. Craig's a doctor. He thinks he knows what he's talking about. Yeah, you are being a prick, Craig. You're talking mad shit and you have no idea what you're talking about. I'm not going to remove him. No. You don't see that's another so Craig, you know nothing about me. You don't know what my goals are. You don't know what I do. You don't know what I'm trying to accomplish. And I don't really need your approval. I'm not doing anything with you in mind. I'm trying to break records at the age of 50, and I'm willing to take a little bit of risk to do that. Now, that being said, like I said, I go through a doctor, and I also don't advocate for other people to do what I'm doing. You ask me what I do, I'll tell you. Do I recommend it? No, you have to do what's best for you. What I don't like is people just coming on my channel and spouting off like they know what they're talking about when they haven't asked a single thing about me. You're very presumptuous, and that's just ignorant. You're spreading bad information. Yeah, never argue with the guy with the microphone. I'm over here cleaning, eavesdropping on drama. This meditative. No, I don't like to remove people. You know what I mean? Like it's, dude, it's. I welcome everybody. I don't mind the discourse. I just don't like people that are presumptuous. You know, it's called contempt prior to investigation. Like they hear my voice and they're like, "Oh, you must be on trend." No, I dropped a barbell on my neck like 6 months ago. You know what I mean? Like that's a physical injury. Or they'll say like like okay, my stomach sticks out a little when I'm sitting down. Like really? That's bad. This is bad when you're sitting. You get the fuck out of here. Optimal glute hypertrophy. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. And I'm not a bodybuilder either, so I just lift heavy. You ever tried Trend? Yes, I have. $1 million mat, and I highly recommend nobody ever touches that. Uh, what doctor prescribed Trend knowing it's never been? I don't, dude, I've never said anything about doctor prescribed Trend. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Is that the only drug on the market? Like, see, that's the other thing is people come on here and they start telling me what steroids I take. You ever tried Trend? Yes, I have tried it. Does that mean I got it from a doctor? No. Yeah, no, it's bad. I had really bad side effects. I started getting angry. Like I didn't have any outbursts, but I noticed like I would just get mad. Like if a cabinet door was left open or something stupid like that, or the kids didn't pick their toys up, I would just get enraged. And I started thinking like, wow, that's weird. Like I'm normally a really chill dude, you know. I don't get upset about anything. Peter, what's up? Hell yeah. Yeah, so $1 million mat. We're talking about how like it is. I mean, it works as indicated. But like you said, there's no medical use for it, so there's not a lab that makes it. There's nowhere on this planet you can get lab-made trenbolone. So it's all like who knows what you're getting. And it's super powerful, and it messes up your cholesterol. It thickens your blood. It just does a whole bunch of bad stuff. But it will get you shredded and strong very quickly. Yes. Who is your favorite fighter? Khabib. Currently fighting, I like Alex Pereira and what's his name? The guy who talks shit. The one Alex beat. God, why can't I think of his name? So I would do tren again if I didn't break out and get terrible blood pressure. Sides are too bad. The only thing I would ever just say is like whatever anybody's gonna do, like if you're gonna mess your endocrine system up and do permanent damage to your body, like have a reason, you know. Go through a doctor for sure. At least get your blood work done. Sean Strickland, yes, thank you. Izzy, John, I gotta be honest with you. Izzy's kind of pissed me off. Like he's I like that he's kind of turning things around a little bit, but for a while there, he kind of jumped the shark on me. 200 milligrams isn't shit. Uh, he would not do well if that's all he's taking. Mark the Mall Cop. Well, that's not all I'm taking, but yeah, that's what I cruise on. You know, in between like competitions, you don't need to be on steroids to keep your physique. You don't have to be on blast all the time. It just tells me that people don't really understand how like the body works and how steroids work. They just don't. Like, I don't know where you guys get your information from, but if you go to a doctor, if you go to a clinic, HRT, Helix HRT, you can go online right now and sign up. Same doctors I use, and they will hook you up with pretty much anything you need for whatever your goals are. And they'll do it under doctor supervision, and you probably do okay. You guys got to stop getting your information off of Reddit. I'm not on just 200 milligrams of test, dumbass. I already said that. Lord have mercy. We got some hard ones in the chat today. I'm going to close this gate. Hold on, guys. Stella, you left the gate open. I want the chickens to get back in. All right. I'm thinking that when I'm older, joining, I'll look up to my uncle. He told me to watch this. Thank you for everything. Thanks, Phil. I'm more fun than this usually, but there was one or two ignorant comments that kind of got under my skin a little, so sorry. Robnoxious is back. What's up, brother? I missed you. So, Rob, here's the deal. Last time you were trolling me, you weren't very clever, so I need you to step your game up a little bit. I'm expecting more from you, okay? We got blocked messages here. Where'd it go? This message is held for review. I don't know why it blocked that. Let's see here. What are your lifts roughly in competition? My best in competition, I had a 660 deadlift, 385 bench, and 620 squat. But I'm killing all those numbers currently in the gym. And that was at the 220 weight class, age 49. I was thinking I was 48 when I... No, I was 49, yeah. What was your worst injury? Let me see. So, from lifting. We're talking about from lifting. I blew my shoulder out pretty bad. It took about a year to rehab it. Hurt my back, but I had a pre-existing back injury from the service. When my leg went out, I got my sciatic nerve pinched off, and I lost the use of my leg. But a lot of that was pre-existing. I had to learn how to walk again. It was pretty bad. 5'7" club and shorter for sure. Definitely divorced, probably never married, definitely has some form of internal growth from roids. Gary, hey babe, my wife's in the chat by the way, Gary. I'm not you're close. I'm 5'9", 5'9" and a half. Internal growth from roids. Well, I've only been on PEDs for 4 years, and I turned 46, so I don't know if you can get damage like that in that amount of time, but I appreciate it. Another Marine vet died in Ukraine the other day. He was 26. That's sad, Stephen. Phil Spurgeon. Yeah, this is my dad's YouTube account, so have you seen this? I think. Let me see. Let me check your account out, Phil. Go to channel. Oh, your dad looks really cool. He's like a man's man. All right. Is your wife single? Ask her. Stephen, that is sad. Yeah, how did you train at that time? I have an entire, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'll call you O because that's the first letter. But I have a whole playlist that's dedicated to physical therapy, and it started from when I was just able to barely move my leg to squatting 600 pounds in competition. And it was about a year before I was able to compete. What supplements or meds do you use to gain more muscles? I don't really. God, that'd be a whole that'd be an entire podcast. Optimal glute hypertrophy. Usually I would troll, but you're usually pretty clever though, and we appreciate that. like I don't care if people bag on me. I just want them to be funny so we can all laugh together. You know what I mean? It's like guys will get on here and be like, "You're gay." I'm like, "Oh, good one." Like you take roids. Oh, whoa! You got me. uh, but you're so likable. You're even bothered by the trolls. The only time I get bothered is when they say stupid shit like Craig here was saying earlier, and I respect Craig too, which is why I'm not gonna block him. Everybody wants to just block people. Like I don't. I like the conversation. I just don't like it to be presumptuous. Phil, when I'm older, thinking about 0311, if that MOS is still a thing, you want to be a grunt. Everybody wants to be infantry. Just be careful, you know what you're getting into. Maggie's in the house. What's up? Maggie, wish you could send a video of a Marine pre-war speech right now. Wish I could send you a video of a Marine pre-war speech right now. Yeah, that'd be cool. I see Christina deleted a couple, so I'm just going to leave them alone. I want to be a heavy machine gunner. That was Christina's brother. Christina's brother, Matthew. His MOS was 0351, I believe, which is automatic rifleman, and he had an M240 Golf, which is a 7.62 belt-fed open bolt, machine gun, all-purpose machine gun. What was I going to say? Something very specific about it. He was in the Battle of Fallujah, and he was one of those guys that ran out of ammo right before the army showed up. He's got some interesting stories. I was artillery. I was big guns, 155 millimeter howitzers. I was the guy he would call up when he needed something to go away. Craig Booth, still watching. Was just watching. I have no hate here, just general stuff. You're good, dude. You are completely good. We're fine. I'm not upset with you. So the argument is it's too binary. It's either roids bad, natural good, and there's no spectrum in the middle. Well, what about gentlemen over the age of 40 or 50 who have low testosterone? What about competitive powerlifters that are ranked hot #1 in the world and are trying to break world records? What about people that are really trying to achieve something? And you get to a certain, it's like there's a conversation to be had. It's not just all bad, all good. There's no such thing as bad or good. It's all about intent and use. And what I like to have, I want people to have good information. I want to expand the conversation so that it makes more sense to more people. Because what about people recovering from injuries? You look at somebody like Peyton Manning who broke his neck, and in the offseason he took a bunch of stuff to heal that, and all that was banned by the NFL and WADA. Are you going to say that him fixing his neck's a bad thing? Like, no. There's the conversation. There's a bunch of good case reuses for modern medicine, and yes, anabolics will kill you, but there's a spectrum. You know what I mean? Do, do, do. And I don't advocate for, like, I hate to see people that abuse anything, especially something as dangerous. Like, if people look at a good physique and they just automatically assume, oh, that guy just takes a bunch of drugs. Well, you can go on my YouTube playlist and you can look at me as a natural lifter. When I first started posting videos, 220 pounds, I had a 1480 total, and I had the American records for the USPA natural tested. Pretty good physique, not that much smaller than I am now. Totally 100% natural. So, that's why I don't really entertain the question, like, because people are just going to assume what they assume, and they're going to believe what they believe, and they don't bother to do any, nuance or questions or research. They have their mind made up already, and that's unfortunate because now you have bad information. It's not bad, it's good, but abuse. My dad's on TRT trying to do the same thing as you. Well, Craig, I'm going to say this: your dad's lucky he has you. It's good to have people in your life that will question what you're doing. Because left to our own devices, we are known to go too far with things, and I'll be the first to admit that I have in the past. Weird coincidence is my CSM, a bodybuilder, and he was artillery, but he was U.S. Army. Yeah, so in the Army, that's what, 11 Bravo? Or no, that's infantry. I don't know what the Army's MOS is. Well, they don't call it MOS. They call it, you any Army people in the house? Which muscle is precious and should take care of while training? All of them. The body's a system. You gotta, but I'm a firm believer that the #1 movement everybody should be doing, no matter what their sport is squats. You tiny, your first videos compared to now. Oh, it's the same weight, Rob. Exactly the same weight. Maggie double tapped that screen. I don't think I was that much smaller. I did a video where I compared myself side by side. I definitely have, like, my shoulders are more capped and I'm shredded, but that's more diet than anything. The body fat percentage part of it. It's not like that. It's my mind made up. Oh, I've heavily invested in these things, and there's factual, heavily based medical story, brother. Well, right above you, Craig, is someone named Christina Remington, and she's got a pretty advanced microbiology degree, and I would guarantee that she would argue with you on the factual part. You got to be careful when you say fact when it comes to, biology. You better have your peer-reviewed science. That's all I'm saying. Like, we do our research. We know what we're talking about. Robert Pierce, how many pounds you weigh? Right now I'm like 216, 218. Mark the Malkov, actually never training in these streams, just running as Yap Yap. Yeah, but that's why people stick around. Mark, you don't have to be here. I mean, we're glad to have you, but I'm sure you're sitting on a toilet waiting for something fun to happen. Because all you got to do is go bleep. John, what do you usually eat? I would say 80% of my diet is the leftovers from my kids that are on the kitchen counter when I come home from work because they never finish their meals. Well, I really look up to you, and I'm really going for USMC. Hell yeah, man. There's nothing wrong with infantry. Infantry's awesome. I'm just saying, like, if you qualify for other jobs, don't be afraid to find out about them. Like, especially if you want to be like a Victor coded, like a combat infantry or combat unit. There's tankers, there's light infantry, there's light armor reconnaissance. There's a whole bunch of different cool stuff you can get into where you don't have to be just walking around with a pack on your back and a rifle. Rich Plana? It's Rich Piana. You're comparing me to Rich Piana? The most outlier case that there possibly is, the worst case guy, the guy who took the most steroids. You're comparing me to him. Like, that's like comparing an automobile accident to when the towers fell because a plane hit them. Like, well, they both had explosions. Like, yeah, of course he died from it. Like, that's a severe abuse case, an outlier. I'm already older than Rich was when he passed away by like what, 6 years, 7 years? Was he even 45? So I've already outlived him by half a decade. Like, Robert Pierce, I'm 50. A lot of crayons. Crayons are delicious. Damn, Craig, you're just going hard in the paint. I think my wife put you on a timeout. All right. Where are all my turns? Rich Piana. Good Lord. There's a lot of people that died from steroids, but like, I don't know. Sounds like your mind's already made up. He just assumes that I'm like, I could not afford to buy what Rich was on for 1 month. Like, I don't think I spend as much for PEDs in an entire year, and Rich did it like for like a 3-month protocol. I've met Rich. He was actually a really cool dude. He also had implants too. Phil, I remind you of Arnold. Yeah, do it, yeah. Yeah. Craig was going hard in the paint. He already has his mind made up. CrossFit weights. Do expound, Rob. What do CrossFit weights, like, there's a 45-pound bumper plate weigh less than a 45-pound metal plate? We're gonna hear the physics expert here in a minute. Powerlifters always got that belly. Yeah, I guess so. It's because we don't care. We're not bodybuilders. You ever gone to, like, I don't know. I've never gone to a powerlifting meet and had anybody say anything about my physique. Like, they'll ask me about the weights, they'll ask me about training, they'll ask me about, like, yeah, as a matter of fact, I've noticed on these streams nobody ever asked me about the weights either. Oh, right, body beatdowns in the house. Bumper plate would be overall less dense. Yeah, right, which is why they make them thicker. It's the old argument, a pound of feathers or a pound of bricks. Yeah. I've heard some, like, they talk about, well, the bumper plates are longer, so the weight distribution makes it easier to, like, okay. Like, just fucking pick the weight up. Like, it says 45 on it. It's 45 pounds. Feathers are lighter. That's why you would get more of them. A pound of feathers might be bigger than a pound of bricks, but it's still a pound of feathers. Joe, advice on getting started. You just do it, man. Well, what's hanging you up? What do you have access to equipment? What tell me what your barriers to training are. How are you gonna power lift when you got no power? Ah, just do it, get what I can, man. Let's see you push 405. Well, man, I don't know if I'm going to work that heavy today, but we'll see. Doing great. You inspire a lot of people. Thanks, Robert. Uh, People are always trying to figure out why someone is strong. It has to be bumpers. LOL. Well, the body, I've actually heard that argument from people in our community. They've literally argued that steel plates are heavier than rubber ones. And I'm like, what the well, okay. Like I compete, and we compete with calibrated rogue plates. They even have weights inserts that you put in them to be calibrated within like 1/24th of a kilo. So they're calibrated. And I'm telling you, when I pick it up, it feels exactly the same as when I'm in the gym and I pick rubber ones up. Joe Solo, I'm lazy. Um, no, I wouldn't call it weak-minded. We are creatures of habit, and we get in a routine, and it can be bad ones. It can be routines we don't like, but there's a comfort to it. You ever wonder why people that are homeless don't want to like get shelter? Because they're expected to do stuff. Like for example, we do these roundups where we'll go and try to find homeless veterans, and we'll take them to the shelter. We'll take them to a place that will house homeless veterans, and they don't want to leave. Why? Because they have a curfew and they're expected to be sober, and there's a couple other conditions. They would rather stay in their filth where they know their routine and it's comfort to it, even though they're miserable. So the thing about being lazy is when I first bought my home set, I literally stared at it for months, and I told myself, you know what, it's there. I'll start tomorrow, because it was right in front of me. I justified not training because I could always do it tomorrow. What's one more day, right? Well, finally, just one day, I just kicked my ass and said, "All right, just we got to do this. Got to get out there and get after it." And it takes about 3 weeks, 3 times a week, to get that habit to where you want to keep doing it. You just gotta kick your ass into doing it. You just gotta get started. I mean, I don't know how to do that for you, but I can tell you once it does start to become a routine, you won't want to stop. Rogue plates are fixed to make CrossFitters look strong. Okay. If you say so. uh, but thank you, Rob. I appreciate that. I don't feel like I'm 50 until after I'm done training. You're a great example of which mentality you should have at 50 years old. Yeah, I wish more guys my age would get after it. I mean, they don't need to be like me, but I hate to see, it really affects your quality of life when you can't do the things you used to love to do. I mean, something as simple as just like bending over to pick something up off the floor or climbing a set of stairs. You know what I mean? You just hate to once you lose that ability. It's man, life sucks. It does. We watched Christina's uncle, God bless him, passed away recently, and he couldn't walk from his bedroom to the bathroom, and it was just from him sitting and being sedentary, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. His legs started swelling up, started getting edema because you're cutting off the circulation in your legs when you're sitting all day. And there's just a whole bunch of downstream issues that happen. Your organs start failing, your blood pressure shoots through the roof, just skin starts peeling. It's just bad. And really, all he had to do to fix that was just get up and walk. Like he literally, all you have to do is just get out of that goddamn chair and walk around the block a couple times. But we get comfortable. We get comfortable and set in our ways, and it's really hard to snap out of that. And I don't know how to. I can't go and put a gun to someone's head and tell them to get up. But all I try to do is just encourage people to like, look, just try, and stop. You don't have to overdo it. Just make small starts. Just do something. You'll feel better about yourself. You do something, you will feel better about yourself, and hopefully that becomes addictive. I've had a gym membership for 2 years and been twice in 2 years. Yeah, no, Joe, you're not alone, man. I was in the same boat with you. I was there. And I had been training for powerlifting and competing. I got sick and lost a bunch of strength. And I didn't want to even compete because I wasn't going to do well. I think I had an 1,100 pound total, which for powerlifting, for competitive powerlifting, is nothing. And I still forced myself to do it. And it was kind of embarrassing, but you know what? When I got to the competition, everybody was just happy to see me again, and it was still a good time, even though it was a little bit of an embarrassing um, performance. Christina, yeah, it was really sad watching him deteriorate because he was a good dude. You know, he could have lived another 10 years. Hate to say it. Hans in the house. What's up? The man, the myth, the legend. Robert, time goes by fast. Keeping fit at 50 keeps you going till you're 80. You know, tomorrow's promised to no one, but you know, like, I don't know. I don't know how to be any different than I am, and I guess I am a little bit of a psycho. My wife and I were talking about that this morning. Um, you know, and I think Hans, you were touching on like the amount of issues a man has correlates to the amount of times he works out a week or lifts weights. You know, like his the self esteem and the ego, the body dysmorphia, this like all the stuff that comes with it. We tend to not be the most well put together people, and a lot of us lift weights because it's therapeutic. But that doesn't mean that it still shouldn't be something that's part of everybody's daily routine, just like brushing your teeth or cleaning your house or whatever else you know you think you have to do every day. Peter Brentley, Lara, what's up? Peter Brentley, I loved working out years ago. I had an operation on my wrist, and afterwards that wall for a year, and then I started to play with weights again. Nice. So you making a comeback, Pete? Hell yeah. Every day is a blessing, Hans. And you know what? I think our happiness is kind of, in a way, tethered to gratitude. And I find that, like, the more grateful I am, the more happy, the more joy I experience. How to build a physique like that? Well, like I said, you got to have crippling self-esteem issues. You got to hate yourself a little, and then you need some weights. It's just time under tension. Physical culture is very important. Just don't get lost in the sauce. Yes, but Hans, I think that the different difference is that you and I have been doing this long enough where we've learned to kind of enjoy the sauce a little. You know what I mean? Have some fun with it. That's I think where we get we exact our entertainment from. You know, stir the shit a little and just see what happens. Hattori Hanzo. I love that movie. All right, we bench. Where are my wrist straps? I don't know. Hans, you missed out, man. The first part of the stream was pretty brutal. I was like Wonder Woman with her bracelets. Ding, 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 ding. Wonder Woman. Where the hell are my straps? Oh shit! Hold on, guys. Give me a second. I think my wrist straps are in the bedroom. I'll be right back. All right, I'm over there. I don't know. I guess I'm not using straps today. Oh. Wait. Aha! Got him. Yay! right, what we got? Yeah. Yes, we ride the sauce and stay on board. Lifters can be very insecure, like the guy saying every muscle grown is a book left unread. uh, would your straps be in the bedroom? I went out of town, so I packed everything up, and I when I got home, I threw everything in the bedroom, so a lot of my gear was in there. But we do have handcuffs. uh, Charlie's fat grips attached to the headboard. That would be epic. I'm a non-lifter, but I want to be a lifter. Joe Solo. You know, I don't know. I don't know what to tell people. Just get under a barbell and start going. Like, do something simple like the 5x5. I always say the 5x5 because it's just how simple it is. You got 5 lifts, 5 reps of 5. Oh, you didn't have to delete Fortnite's comment. He said I'm weird, and I would not argue with you. I'm a weirdo. Check my hair out. It gets even worse if you get to know me. You'll never know if you like training until you try it. Peter Brentley. Yeah, that's it. He's the prophet of the Hans Humanists. I love it. Hans Humanism is the only ideology that tells the truth. Profit fear. 5x5 can be overly taxing, but I think it's like the perfect beginner program, you know. It's just so, you know, if you're untrained and you start doing the 5x5, you do that for 6 months, it's linear progression. You're gonna have a really good base of strength when you're done, and you can, you know, from there, and then, you know, most people, they don't stick with the 5x5 very long, but it's just a good starting point, and that's just my opinion. There's a lot of people that would argue with that, but I'm a simple dude. I'm like, grab a barbell, put some weights on it, start moving it. That's me. This shirt, man, this thing's gonna wind up being a towel pretty soon. Yes. I don't. Most of my shirts are old. If you look at all my competition videos, if you go on my page and check out all me competing, I have the same singlet and the same T-shirt on in every competition for the last 10 years. And that shirt, the singlet goes over it, so you only see the sleeves, a little bit of green, but on the bottom of it, it's got a bunch of holes and it's all shredded from being washed so many times. It's not even a shirt anymore, but I still wear it. Yeah, I make a sweatband like Jay. Jay's here in town too, by the way. He's got how many kilograms on the bench bar? Oh God, you're gonna make me do kilo math. Let me see. 3, 15, 25. So 325 lbs, 2 kilograms. 147.4 kilograms. No, I got 10-pound plates on there, Bobby. You can't see them. They're hiding. On that note, I better lift this shit. Bum, 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 Wonder Woman. If I like that. think I might switch to the camber bar. That felt weird. Depth Hitler, what's up? My new program is a 5x5 daily. Daily? Well, I mean, you can. Like, I would normally not recommend doing deadlifts and squats on the same day, but I've been programming deadlifts as an accessory to squats, and it's been easier on my back. So it's less overall volume. The chat bogs down your phone. Is that one of them? Is that one of them iPhones? So when you say 5x5 daily, what does that look like? What is each day? Which lift do you pick? There's 5. Doing 5x5 back squats daily. Damn. Well, it's funny you say that, Daph, but I actually when I was doing my conditioning block, I was squatting 3 days a week, but only for short blocks. Like we're talking 2-3 weeks. Working too hard and doing too much versus not working hard and not doing much. Yeah, well, we all know that overtraining is bad, but I think it's finding that that optimal zone for progress with recovery in mind. It seems like the less I do, the better progress I have, to be honest with you. Nodak, the man, I've been wondering where you been, boy. Semper Fi, brother. Out on the farm today, cutting meat. Hell yeah. There's a true man right there. 15 kilograms more on my back squat in a week. Let's see. Bob says I've been doing a single slow pause in the middle rep of 95 pounds deadlifts every day to good effect. Pause deadlifts are awesome. AID 633. Do you watch the UFC? I was watching it religiously, and then I kind of stopped. And I think it's work related because work's been sending me. I've been really busy, and they sent me up to Utah for a week, and I just haven't been keeping up with anything, to be honest with you. Lower volume with actual effort works well. Yes, Prophet Fear articulated it perfectly. Now he's asking, what is Runner Boy's problem with making too much gains? Expound on that. Let's see, doing junk sets way too with form and yes, I would agree with. So you nailed it right on the head. I wish he was here. So he could interject. But I've been trying to figure out what I don't like about Runner Boy's training because his form's beautiful. We can all agree he's got really pretty squats and he looks great. But I always felt like you're not making the progress you should, and why is that? And I think it's because he doesn't push himself hard enough. But he makes up for it by doing junk volume. Yeah, that's you like this. You can show me a guy that benches 315 for 10 reps. Awesome. But if that's all he ever did, he's not going to get any stronger. But he'll be able to do 315 for 10 reps. Depth Hitler. We all have ego issues. What's up, James? We are all crazy. Body is 80 kilograms. Getting protein 1.5 per 1 kilogram. Okay, 3-day workout a week. What's going to happen after 1 month? I don't know. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Just get after it. Find out. I couldn't tell you. Depth Hitler doesn't push himself at all. But it's more than that. He doesn't push himself, but it looks like he's training hard, right? Because he does a lot of volume. He just doesn't push the progression. Amanda, let's see. How old are you, James? I'm 50. We joke that Body should be Runner Boy's coach, but neither of them are willing. Well, I tried to give Runner Boy a little bit of advice, but he kind of took it like I was criticizing him, and I guess in a way I was, but I was trying to be helpful. Like I was genuinely trying to be helpful. And like you guys, I don't train alone. I always ask you guys for help. Are you not natural? No, James, I am not. I'm not on much of, I'm not on a lot of stuff either. Artificially flavored, I like that. Uh, when everyone from Hans to Def Hitler criticizes you, maybe it's a problem. You know what? I get it though. He's young, he's stubborn. I remember like when depending on what kind of self-esteem issues you have, a lot of us aren't. We don't take criticism very well, and sometimes you just gotta fail. Sometimes you just gotta bang your head against the wall and figure it out, and then at that point you'll become willing, and then it's like, what's the old saying, when the student is ready, the teacher will arrive. Let's see. I disagree with you respectfully. His volume's not any effort. When I did, I was super fatigued. Well, yeah, but I don't know. It's gonna be different for everybody. It's like I think what they're saying is like we've essentially watched him spin his wheels for the last 2 years, and he hasn't made the progress he should be making with the amount of work he's doing. And I wish he was here. I wish he was in this conversation, because I mean that with all respect. Like I got no hate for him whatsoever. I actually consider him a friend. Uh, but if I was coaching him, I'd be like, dude, put some goddamn weight on the bar and let's get after it. And I would have him do both. I would have him like push it on the top end, and then when he's doing his accessory work, then we'd be focusing on like range of motion and a lot of the stuff that you guys have me doing with like the length and partials and things of that nature. He kept telling me he needed you to make a program. He kept telling me he needed you to make him a program last week. Me? Nobody asked me. I don't know. If he asks, but even then, I would probably get you guys involved. Like, I don't, if somebody asked me to make them a program, I would write something basic up, similar to the progression I do. But then I would also like run it by you guys to see if, you guys had anything that you would add or subtract from it, which is what I always do. I always train by committee. Tell him to do my program. Your program, man. You're getting after it, brother. Where are my yoga blocks? I believe when you ache, you can't do anymore. Add a plate either end and do one for the heavens and one for earth. Hell yeah. Make sure you have a spotter though. Umar, hey man, I'm trying to come to USA for a student. I'll meet you there. Hey, I'm in Vegas. You ever get out here? Like, one of the guys from the chat said he was going to come out last week. His name is George. And he never got a hold of me on Instagram. I didn't know how to get a hold of him. And we didn't meet up. And I was like, okay. But I'm here. Dr. Narcisse, what supplements do you take regularly? I take a lot of vasodilators like L-citrulline, vitamin B3, things of that for like a pre-workout. And then I take coffee. As far as like performance enhancing, I'm on a test with DHB, what I'm cruising on. And like, I take the regular, just like, I think multivitamins everybody should be taking every day, like magnesium, zinc, calcium, vitamin D3, B vitamins. Trying to think, is there anything that's like mandatory? I've been taking when I make my shakes, I've been adding a lot of taurine and L-citrulline, or no, L-leucine. Black Rifle coffee pods. I do. We do like them. Yes. They're kind of pricey though. Lately we've been kind of cheap. We're using the discount coffee pods lately, but I do like me some Black Rifle. My wife loves the little cans, the little ones that you could buy in the store. How you doing, Rockman? I haven't heard from you in a while. I haven't been on Discord in a minute. I need to start getting back online and talking to people. I've been so busy with work, though. I just go these stretches where I just don't even get online. And I'll get home and I'll just set my phone down and I'll turn my computer off and I'm like outside of streaming. I don't even want to look at my computer. It's bad because I'm not talking to anybody and I need to be in communication with you guys. Newcastle, England, Mark Hemingway, what's up? Jojo, whoa, that year seems to have been a tiring one. So many incidents have occurred the same time in many countries. Where will the world go? Babylon Brooke, how you doing? The way I look at it is we don't have control over anything except for our own actions. And, I'm too small to change the world, but I can definitely do what I can to make the people around me happy. I just try to take care of my loved ones and make sure that I'm providing for everybody and we're doing what we need to do. And then the rest of the world is going to do what it's going to do, But the cool thing is you can make those changes in your life. And if you focus on what's immediately around you instead of what's happening to the world, life gets a lot better. Shrink it down a little. Steady back in the gym, minus days I push too hard. Oh, you have a bone disease. That's what kind of disease are we talking about? Well, we got Alex G. Hi from Russia. Yeah, Rockman trains in the dark with no camera, as God intended. I'm an abomination. 2024, I had 2 surgeries and I'm finally back to walking. Oh, wow. You're babbling. What's your point? Well, she had mentioned that she just got back in the gym after some surgeries, Christina. Let's see here. Hey, man, I have a question that how long have you been doing this, like, bodybuilding? I'm powerlifting, about 10, well, we're going on 11 years now. Hey, Babbling Brook, Christina's my wife. She's one of the moderators, so I think she was just looking for context. I don't think she's trying to be mean. Lindsay Official, what's up? Let's see, Umar's got a question for Babbling Brook. Jojo, you're absolutely right. I'm going to focus on, what's up, little girl? About my loved ones. Yeah, absolutely. Like when my wife's my partner, I got she's one of my moderators and she helps me out. She's like the channel manager. Uh, but it's like little things. I'm one of those guys that used to get worried about politics, and like I was time in the military, and I'm always looking at like what's going on in the world, and I study geopolitics, and I love like having political conversations, and I don't really talk about that stuff much on this channel, but it's something like I have a what do you call it, a Quora page where I talk about like amendment rights and things of that nature, and like the intrinsic rights of the free man, and I can go down rabbit holes, but at the end of the day, it's like when you shut all your electronics off and it's just you and the ones that you're loved. For all intents and purposes, when I'm lying in bed with my wife at night, I could be a billionaire and have all the money in the world, and it wouldn't change that moment one way or the other. You know, max leg press. I don't really do the leg press. I don't see a lot of value in it. I'm more of a barbell squat guy, and I'm mid 600s for the squat. Not saying there's anything wrong with the leg press. If that's your thing, that's totally cool. It's just like, for the sport of powerlifting, I haven't seen a whole lot of carryover from the sled to my ability to squat more. So it's like, it's more about like how can I more usefully spend my time as opposed to whether or not it's a good or bad movement. I'm 225 and my body fat's probably around 20-25%. What would be a superior chest routine for me? John, I'm going to tell you, like, I'm just a bench press kind of guy. You know, I think for triceps respond really well to heavy weights. Close grip bench with a guillotine. Move the barbell a little close to your neck. For your chest, you want to spread the chest out. That's where you get your growth. Doesn't matter if it's incline, decline. You want to stretch, so that I get the camber bar out. Adds 4 inches to the range of motion. I would say like a better use would be dumbbells, but I also believe in specificity. So since I'm trying to bench more, I'm going to do movements that mimic that. So like my goals are to move as much weight as possible for one rep. So I'm not really focused on a bigger chest, but the thing is it all kind of carries over. There's a lot of carryover between bodybuilding and powerlifting. And if you're looking at trying to like trim down body fat, like that's diet, that's calories in, calories out. I would just say focused on getting stronger, and the rest will take care of itself. Because 25% body fat's not horrible. It's like not a bad thing. You're in a really good starting spot. Jumbo Muffin 420, great outlook on life. You kind of have to, man. It's like I come home from work and I got all these problems, and I got all this. We just deal with such a mountain of crap, and we're so easily distracted. But we inundate ourselves. Like I'm online talking to you guys, and I got those parasocial relationships, and I'm trying to be, I'm trying to put myself out there as a product for sale, essentially. But at the end of the day, it's like this isn't the real world. Like you gotta disconnect from all that and just remember that what's around you is not is reality. It's like don't get lost in the weeds. Babbling EA is awesome. You're back in the gym. Yeah, I knew that you two. Like I was actually babbling. I was gonna refer you to Christina because she's like a physical therapist. The woman's a wizard, and she just went through surgery herself. She's laid up because she just had hip surgery. So Stan, skull crushers, right? Tyler, I'll get to you in a second for squat accessories. If you think about skull crushers are great, no problem with skull crushers, but you already have the barbell on the rack. And what's a skull crusher? You're coming over your head and you're kind of pressing like this. Well, what's a guillotine press? You got the weight and you're kind of coming to your neck and you're pressing. It's basically the same movement, but you can load up more weight on the barbell. So I personally think putting your chest at a little bit of a decline with an arch and getting that bar up by your neck and pressing like this is more effective than the skull crusher just because I can put more weight on it. But I guess you could say it's probably good to do both. No. So for squat accessories, I just do squats. Squat. I do regular barbell squats. I do split squats. I do horseshoe squats. I'm doing like all sorts of squat movements. I do more squats. For my squat accessories, I do more squats. I'll do, what do they call it? Dynamic box squats. I like to do the Prophet Fear's got me. I don't even know what you call them, where you point your feet at 12 and 9 or 12 and 3 respectively, depending on which side you are. And, it's kind of like a weird split squat. What's your max push-up? I really don't know. I think if you put a gun to my head and said do 100 or I'm going to blow your head off, I could probably do it. My biceps and forearms are solid, but my chest muscles are non-existent. Yeah, and that's where you want to focus on the stretch. You want to stretch those pecs out. Want to get the full range of motion. That's where you're going to get the growth for the pectorals. Let's see, the ATM is the only thing I have for bench pressing. Is a coffee table and a log. At the time, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I do a lot of floor presses where I just get something, get on the floor and push on it. Body beatdown. I swear by skull crushers rather to the forehead or letting the bar go behind the head. I also do some close grip bench. Yeah. And you got a badass bench. That man can press some weight. The body beatdown's over 400 pounds. He's a 4-plater. Runner boy, what's up? There you are. We were talking about you earlier. I kind of wish you were here for that. They were mentioning your programming. Body beatdown. I hang my arms way over my head off to my bench so I can get a big stretch of my triceps. Yeah, we're basically, the basic principles are stretch the muscle and press in that stretch position as much as you can. And that's where you're going to get the most hypertrophy. John seems like you were so dedicated to gym. Yeah, John's a trainer. Hell yeah. EKM's in the house. Runner boy's planning to hit 140 kilograms times 5. God damn you people in your kilograms. What is that? 315? That's a good amount of weight. The comeback, whoa, where did the message go? Okay. Alex Garcia, I'm curious about your workout routine from Monday to Friday. Do you rest on Sundays or keep going? How many reps and sets do you do? And cardio, how long? That's a lot, Alexis. Right now, I'm not really programming. I'm training pretty much every day. I'm doing something. But 3 things I never miss: bench, deadlift, and squat. That happens every week, no matter what. Right now, like, I'm training Muay Thai 3 nights a week. On top of working, is like my schedule's kind of been screwy. So right now I'm just training whenever I can. But once I start programming for competition, which is in like 2 weeks here, it's going to be a really, really dedicated program. I think I'm going to do the Candido 6-week strength program, which if you type John Candido into your search browser and go to his webpage, he's got a really badass 6-week program. It's pretty brutal. It's like a little mini boot camp. John, I don't know. I love their gym. Recently opened down the street, but I'm too much nervous to go in there and grunt some weights around. John, get over it, man. I'm telling you, just go do it. Just go and hang out. Go in there and hang out. Just like go in the corner and do some like T-bar rows or something. Just get a feel for the place. Go in there, just hang out. Do something light. I always tell people, like, if you're intimidated by the gym, just go with the intention of having fun. Not even plan a workout. Just get in there and start moving some weights around. Then you'll get a real feel for like the clientele and the environment. And you're not pressured to do anything. I like to curl 10 pounds until failure. Man, so the problem with doing lightweight to failure is that your muscles will start burning. The acid what do they call it? Lactodosis or whatever. Basically your muscles starts accumulating lactic acid and they start hurting. Well, you are not at muscle failure when that starts. So a lot of people can't push through the pain to actually get to muscle failure. which is why we would always recommend putting a little more weight on it so it's more efficient. But if you can do it, then you can take 10 pounds to failure and get out and get good growth out of it. It's just hard for a lot of people. Runner boy, just say 315 with clips. Yeah, speak American, damn it. That's good though. That's really good. That's some serious weight, brother. John needs a gym friend. Hell yeah, Jumbo. Yeah, it if it burns, it's good unless it's downstairs. um, Rockman Candido has the new program out. I'll check that out. I was not aware of that, and I'm getting close to starting here real soon. Fix the bench trash. Oh, he did. Yeah, that was the one. That was kind of the one thing where I didn't feel like I made any progress. But I just thought it was my training and not his program. Cause I killed it on the deadlift and the squat. It didn't help that when I competed, I was completely dehydrated, and there was some circumstances that were preventing me from being optimal. But the program worked. It did what it was supposed to do, and I still broke my records, even though they weren't by nearly as much as I thought I would. Everyone at the gym is there for the same thing, to get stronger. If anyone says something negative, they can jog on. Yeah, I haven't met too many people that are negative. Most people are just as intimidated as you are. If you think about it, I talk to people all the time, especially, let's face it, when I go to a gym, I tend to stand out a little bit. And I'm usually the strongest guy there. And people are just terrified of me. And, when people do come and talk to me and then we have the conversation like this, they're like, oh, wow, you're a really cool dude. I'm like, yeah, what do you think I'm going to be? Like, what did you think was going to happen if you came up and talked to me? I don't know, who you're interacting with, but they must be some rude assholes. It's like I'm happy to train with people. I was biking once and my legs locked up from lactic acid. Yeah, dude, that's tough. And you're on a bike. That means you still got to get to where you're going to. Alexis, thank you for taking the time to reply. I really appreciate your comment. Hey, hope you have an amazing day. Alexis, hit that subscribe button. Stick around. But thank you. I'll be hitting 315 on the bench this year as well. I I'm really surprised you're not already there. You're really close, right? Jumbo Muffin 420. I always had the best and most intense workout when I did it with my buddy. But I'm also very social, so some days I would get off topic. Yeah, what I do when I go to the gym is I go just with the intention of having fun. I'm not programming, because I have my equipment at home. If I'm being serious about training, I'm gonna get what I need done in my dungeon, and that means even not even if I really need to, I'm not streaming. I might film it just so I have the footage and I can mess with it later. But when it's go time, it's go time. When I go to the gym, I'm just there to have a good time. I like showing off. I like being a jackass. I want people to have fun. It's supposed to be enjoyable. I worked my ass off for this. I might as well have. I like to. It's like you remember we used to go to the gym when you were younger, and you see the old dude that could lift a house, and you're like, wow, I want to be like that dude someday. I'm that guy now. I need to have. I got to embrace it and have fun with it. Biking can cause I even tired. I still need to bike back. Yeah, I got a free agent. It's a 24-inch, basically an old man BMX bike, single gear, and I shred on that thing. But it's not really a long distance bike. Charlie, I think a lot of people forget that it's a lot harder to improve all three lifts at the same time. Yes, it is. It is. Even now, when I'm programming, if I'm blowing one lift up, usually one of the other two suffer. I don't know what it is, but that's when that happens, what I'll do is I'll almost hone in on that one lift and really hyper focus on it, and just blow my squat up, and then the rest will just kind of go along. Instead of trying to improve all three at the same time, I just kind of go with what God's given me. Runner boy, yep, doing more than one thing is rough, but very worth it. I still train all three as if. It's CNS and mental fatigue, yeah. But Jeff, you got one lift that's just like really kicking ass, and the other two are like, meh. Go with it. Go with that one lift. Ride that linear progression out until you hit that plateau, and then, make the mental readjustment, which is what we do. My favorite in closet marina bodybuilder. Wait. My favorite in closet. Who says I'm in closet? My favorite closet marina bodybuilder. uh, Go to your channel. Oh, I dig it. Got a little capuchin monkey there. I'm not any bigger. I'm actually smaller. I lost some weight. I just got back from Utah on the trip. Lost about 10 pounds. Which well, for all I know, I actually might have gained that back already. I haven't weighed myself. Usually when you lose weight because of circumstances like work or diet or it's like something extreme like being on the road, you'll gain that right back as soon as you get settled in. We need to get Bobby to 315 on his bench. Hell yeah. I don't think he's... Bob, I've noticed about you, you go in spurts. You have like these huge spurts of motivation and you'll get after it hard and heavy and then you'll just find a reason to quit for some reason. I go to the gym to show off the pump and jam tunes. Hell yeah. People already like walking in bringing... Damn right, Rockman. All right, Umar. Let me hit this. Oh, okay. I see your phone died in your back. It happens. I have my phone plugged in, so. What time is it? It is 12:56. All right, we're still doing good. So now with these reps, what I'm doing is I'm kind of rehabbing my shoulder a little bit. It kind of felt weird when I was on the flat bench. So when I come with the bar to the chest, I'm bringing it in a little. I'm spreading it out. I'm stretching. And so I'm pushing almost like a J. Bobby bench flat back with a belt. Then you don't need a big arch. I think that would be dependent on your bench form, I guess. Do you eat a lot of eggs? Yes. A lot of eggs. Lots and lots of eggs. Switching to Cambridge. Okay, so that's like a circumstance that's specific to you. I never, when I blew my shoulder out, I never got anything. I just rehabbed it naturally, so I don't 100% feel comfortable sometimes. Vinayak Narian. No, I'm not. I'm artificially flavored. Let's see. I haven't hit the gym for a couple weeks now. I should train lower weight and more reps or go back to 8 reps or 12. I'm a big fan of like higher rep sets. Like if I haven't worked out in a while, I'll do one of two things. I'll do like 50% max for like 50 reps, or I'll try to max out just to get weight on the bar. I'm not suggesting that. That's just something I do. I'll pick a weight I'm confident or a movement I'm confident with, and then just like load it up just to remind myself I could still go heavy. Yeah, I got a big ass chicken coop. Eggs and pan-fried shredded potatoes are delicious. Yeah, that's my morning breakfast. Just 225. No, I had 335 on the bar earlier, straight bar. But my shoulder felt a little weird, so I switched to the camber bar, and I'm going to work my way back up again. I'm just kind of feeling things out. Respect for the honesty. Absolutely. I have a red line across my back and shoulders from the bar and squats. Nice. Maxing to failure is fun, but it's not always smart. Do I hear a rooster crowing? Yes, you do. Hey, Della, I don't know if you're watching this, but go grab Pumpkin and bring him in here. He's gorgeous, too. Let's see. This year's goal is 1250 before the year ends. Nice. That's a good amount of weight. So, Rock, I don't know if you can see, but I also got a 4-inch incline on there. I put some lumber underneath the bench to raise it up about 4 inches. So I got a little bit of an incline on the bench, too. Let's see. Do you think... I think I'll do like a 210 partial squat, 200 kilograms, and then I can day... I'm not sure I'm following that. We're talking about your training. Yeah, I told him that. I like to do one heavy day, like a normal programming squat day, which usually looks like somewhere between 5 and 3 reps. And then I like to do one light accessory day where that's like your split squats and your horseshoe squats and all the other stuff. Sissy squats. What's in the cup? Coffee. I'm running out too. Black coffee, yep. So I can claim 200 kilograms without doing a full rep. Are we talking shit to each other, or what do we do? I'm trying to follow this conversation and I can't quite. Without doing a full rep. So I can claim 200 kilograms without doing a full rep. I don't know if I understand the context. Ever take creatine? You know, the thing is, I got this giant bag of creatine in the house, and I buy it from bulk supplements. And I always forget to take it. But it works. The stuff works good. Black coffee tastes nice, but I started getting them with 4 cream, 4 sugar from Hortons. And yeah, so the thing about... I'm looking at Runner Boy's comment. Never mind, it was a joke. Yeah, but who is it aimed at? That's what I'm trying to figure out. It's like it's a passive aggressive comment, but to whom were you aiming it at? Bobby, you should be happy. Charlie hasn't gone on Discord and seen your repeated mental breakdowns. I try to stay out of that. Here's what I know. I know behind the scenes a lot of people talk shit about me, but I'm going to keep doing me because I have a goal, and it doesn't involve any of those people. Unfortunately, none of them lift the weights for me, that's for sure. Pumpkin.
There you go.
Here's the rooster that was making so much noise. He's a beauty, isn't he? Look at this sweetheart. Mean old rooster. Mean old rooster.
He's not mean. Kumu is.
No, he's a
Cuckoo rooster.
That's okay, buddy. Relax.
Look at this big.
He is gorgeous. He takes good care of his girls, too.
Yeah.
He makes a little nest for them, and when they're cold, he lays on top of them. Right?
Yeah.
The other roosters don't do that.
Yeah.
Here you go, sweetie.
They just use them for chippies.
He's warm, too.
And she'll look like a guy.
Yeah, of course you talk shit about your back. You're a safety guy. That's right. They do it professionally. They do it in the gym. You know what, though? They never talk to my face, so it's like, whatever. W1S3. I'm from South Carolina. Our college mascot is a gamecock fighting rooster. I got one rooster that kind of will try to confront me, and I just snatch him up every time and hold him. He looks so emasculated. He's just like, I put him down. He's just sad, but he'll fluff up. He'll fan his things out and he'll kick. He's got the little spurs. All right. You mentioned microdosing. What amounts you've been working? Well, okay. So Gary, I can tell you what I take, right? So, and people either believe me or they don't. But right now, I'm only taking 200 milligrams of test and 100 milligrams of DHB. I've been running that for like 4 or 5 months now, and I split that up so that it's 3 times a week, or every 3 days rather. Um, that'll give that amount is determined by my blood work. So I get my blood work done every 6 to 8 weeks, and they check everything out, and then I tell them my doctors where I want to be, what range I'm trying to be at, and they know I'm a power lifter, and I can get pretty much any anabolic you want from this place. What's the point I'm trying to make? Like, what works for me might not work for you. It's really going to go by your blood work. You really have to get a baseline and find out, and then what goals are you trying to accomplish. Does that make sense? So that's why and I might be a hyper responder because I was all natural until I was almost 46 years old. So I respond very well to very small amounts of stuff. I've never had to really blast my ass off like some people do. And whether they believe me or not is irrelevant because that's not the point. You really got to kind of find out what works for you. So it all starts with going to a doctor and getting your blood work done. 2K progress in a year on squats. 2 kilograms probably. What are we talking about here? All right. I'm doing a little better every day, but it's slow progress. Yeah, Christina's doing really well. Babe, you're doing outstanding. I've never seen anybody who's gotten a scope like you have respond as well as you have. You're on your feet, you're walking around. She's in a lot of pain. She can't do much. She can do little spurts. And if she overdoes it, she's hurting for long periods of time. But as far as like comparing you to other people that have had the same surgery, you are miles ahead of them. Like, I'm a safety manager at work, so I manage medical cases. And I work with these guys, and none of them have made the progress you've made. Now, granted, they could be not wanting to go back to work, too. Maybe they're sandbagging a little. You're welcome, baby. Nobody, so remember, I don't think I'm not talking about you specifically, but what Prophet Fear was suggesting, I'm thinking if I'm reading between the lines, is that he said, you're lucky I haven't seen your unhinged rants on Discord, which if I was reading into that, I would think, oh, wow, he's probably talking about me on Discord. Whether you are or not is irrelevant. I don't care. What I am saying is that damn well those groups of them, whoever they are, they have, all got your little Discord groups and your alt accounts, and you come on and make shitty comments. There are a bunch of people that talk about me behind my back, and I don't care. None of them confront me to my face. And I wouldn't care if they did. We'd probably do the same thing we're doing now. We'd joke about it. What kind of bar are you using today? I was using my Olympic or my power bar, but I switched to the cambered because my shoulder was feeling a little weird and I wanted to stretch it out a little. S. Palladino, what do you do for an occupation? I've been in commercial construction for like 20 years and currently I'm a safety manager. Well, PF and Depth are talking about me. Yeah, I'm not keeping up with the conversation very well. I've been trying to not focus on that. He didn't say you said anything about me. But I could infer that really easily. You know what I mean? But don't get me twisted. I'm not saying you did or didn't. I'm not concerned about any of that stuff.
Does safety manager pay well? It is if you're good enough. If you can get to a point where you can negotiate your own salary and you get to a certain level of management, like I'm an area manager, yeah, you could easily, well, let's see, lower end safety managers make close to six figures a year. And then once you got some credentials under your name and you've been doing it for a couple of years, six figures is easy. Uh, how do you train abs? I do squats and deadlifts. uh, I love your veins. So does my nurse. uh, yeah, I don't. Guys, don't get too hung up on the shit talking. You know, like we're all just trying to have a good time here. And you know, one thing I've noticed about Prophet Fear, as much as I love you, every time you come on the stream, you do stir the shit up a little bit. You don't think I see that? He always throws one comment out where it's like, I shall not be tempted. uh, all right, let me do some working out here. I think I got, what is it? 275 on the bar. This is an incline press. I got a 4-inch incline on the bar, or on the bench. Not much of an incline, but a little bit. Actually, you know what? Yeah, no, let's see. Any trolls yet today? Yeah. uh, Bert, Pelm, roids, doesn't count. Doesn't count for what? Exercise? What does it not count for? Like, what are we talking about? Do I get a prize? Like, do you get like a little medal or something? Like an all natural? Like, oh, did you get like a one of the organic seals at the grocery store? Oh, I'm sorry you're weak and small. It's not my fault. Do you need a hug, buddy? Everybody get Bert Pelm a hug. Bert needs a hug. He needs somebody to tell him he's a good boy. You're doing great, buddy. Just keep at it. Micro incline, yeah, absolutely. Bert, come here. Sit on my knee. Show me on the doll where they hurt you. Everybody's giving Bert a hug.
The Rock Man got him. You kept saying you were waiting for Charlie to make you a program. Well, this is the first I'm hearing of that. You know, somebody asked me to write a program. I'm just gonna. No, I wouldn't do that. Who we got in the chat? We got 31 people in the chat, and I've got. I gotta take a break. I can't just go right into lifting that. So I need someone else to jump in here and ask me a question or talk to me, or say something derogatory. Come on, somebody. Oh, well, I'll tell you what. I will use this short intercession to go to the bathroom. So they says to me, what makes your channel popular? And I say, well, I'm really good at taking abuse, and all of my moderators hate each other. So it's usually entertaining. How many grams of protein? Roughly 1 gram per body per pound. So, but I would say I'm like one third of my diet is protein. Bet you can't. Bet I can't what? What are we betting I can't? Am I missing part of the conversation, Cody? No, you can't do it. You can do it. Bet you can't. Damn, I thought it would work. What am I missing? What's up, Luke? Semper Fi, brother. When I prep, I eat 200 of protein. Bobby said he was going to send me a program. Okay. Depth Hitler. Yeah, that's why I stay out of stuff. I'll be honest with you. Like, I just... You were in Marine. Well, yes. I'm up, they see me, I'm down. Oh, man, those were good times. I remember that. Oh, geez. Sheltered halves. Let's see, I've heard of 0.5 of protein per pound is sufficient, but if you work out a shit ton more, it's probably better. Yeah, but John, I guess the point I'm trying to make is like, I don't really, some people like they measure their meals out, and I don't. I just eat. But that being said, we're pretty clean eaters in this house, so usually the food is identifiable. You know what you're eating. What's up, Renoy? Is that how you say your name? Cody, no, it's just runner, can't take the jokes. I've noticed like that's one of the problems with like the texting is you can't like pick up on facial expressions, man. Some people have very deadpan humor, and a lot of times you might take somebody serious and they're just kidding, and it's like it's really easy to misconstrue intent, or misread people.
So I try to let the conversation marinate a little to see where it's going. My wife says I eat everything. Georgie, what's up, buddy? We talked about your programming, which is, oh, you're talking about Runner Boy. Yeah, I would agree with that. I love your setup. Thanks, Rhinoi. Rhinoi or Rhinoi? Everything said on Han's stream, we said on here and more. I need to get in on one of those. Yeah, text, no feelings there. That's why I include emojis. Yeah, that's actually good. That's actually a good case for emojis. I'm of that generation where emojis are weird to us. Like putting little smiley faces after everything. I'm like, what the fuck is this, hieroglyphics? But that makes sense. It does make sense because then you can kind of like, yeah, you can see if people are joking or not. I don't think it's jokes, since Steph there goes on rants on Discord about me as well. Yeah, well, dude, the Discord's the Wild West, man. Everybody bags on each other. It's pretty funny. Uh, Depth takes his squats seriously. I don't take any lifts seriously myself. That you and I are alike in that regard. I'm like, the weight went up, the weight went down. Exercise happened. It's like people are like, oh, it doesn't count. I'm like, count for what? Training? Like, what are you talking about? Is there a judge in the corner that I don't know about? No, I don't use TikTok. I've never had TikTok on any of my devices. So when you're in Marine, how's the life there, sir? Anything you could share? I could talk for hours about being in the Marine Corps. I loved it. I loved it and hated it. I don't know a single Marine that, if they really think about it, didn't hate it as much as they loved it, because it would be like short spurts of really awesome and terrifying things with a bunch of mundane, boring bullshit that no human man should put up with. So it's a little of both. Time to qualify, right? We brought up a good point earlier. Depth, it's a lot harder to push the big 3 lifts at once than picking up one lift. Yeah, but what's the context? Like, I would ask what the point is. Did you see combat? Well, I was in artillery, so yes and no. I mean, like, I wasn't a door kicker. Like, I wasn't the guys running around high speed, low drag. We had big guns, big cannons. You call us up and we deliver you some rounds. And you find out where you are as a person, character. Absolutely, 100%. Lifelong friends in the military. Yeah, dude, 5th Battalion, 11th Marines has a Facebook page. All the boys, they come out to Vegas every once in a while. Some of them are subscribers to my channel. I talk to the guys regularly. We're all still good friends to this day. And anytime I meet a Marine, no matter where he's at in his stage of life, we are brothers immediately. That's something that's sacred, and it's unbreakable, and we know exactly what it means the second you see it. High speed, low drag. He said the thing. Yeah. Oh, I'm not a tough guy at all. I mean, I can handle myself, I guess, but like, I'm a freaking kitty cat. Okay, when you guys are saying back squat, what are you talking about? What is it? Define back squat. In the Army, I was Army, you pogue. Yeah, totally pogue. Pogue and proud of it. This is what I tell people, right? They're like, you're a fucking pogue. I'm like, yeah, but I picked my MOS, motherfucker. Like, you're an infantry because you had to be. But that's not always true. Some guys pick infantry, obviously. But you know what I mean? Like, what am I saying? Yeah, a lot of Marines aren't qualified to do my job. Getting to MEPS, getting sworn in this Thursday. Yeah, my wife was asking about you this morning. They were like, isn't he going in the Navy? I'm like, so you're doing it, right? High bar, ass to grass, back squat. Okay. Because when people say back squat, I'm like, what? barbell squat? Or are we doing good mornings? What are we doing? I'm specifically talking about the ass-to-grass squat max rep. Yeah, and see, like I don't really care about going ass-to-grass. One, because like my knees and ankles are shot, and I do try to get in the ass-to-grass position. It's just part of my training. But in powerlifting, you just need to go below parallel. The hips, the crease needs to be below the knee. You don't get extra points for going deeper. And why would you? Like, why would you not use your leverages to lift the most weight possible? And then I'm participating in a sport. Now you could say, well, that doesn't count for a squat. And I would say, well, by your definition, okay, I agree with you. But again, it's irrelevant because that's the sport I'm participating in. I said before, def squat more than my PR. I do. You guys do have beautiful squats, though. I mean, I'm envious of them. He's gonna be a Navy Rangers Raider SEAL. I can squat 125 kilograms. God damn it! There you go with that freaking metric system again. For a 5x5, my 1 rep max is higher than yours. I know you're not talking about me. Train the muscles, not the joints, Luke. Well, you kind of, yeah, yes, but you do have to give the joints some love too. But we do. That's what our second day's for. We do all the body weight movements and like the horseshoe squats and the deep stretches and all that stuff. Depth, once it's physically done, you can say that. I don't even know if I can get my butt to touch my ankles physically. Like, I don't know if I'm able to do that. I'm getting closer, though. I can almost do the splits again, too. Squats are definitely, like, a lot of guys have knee and ankle issues. That's usually the barrier. Sometimes you see hip impingements. But a lot of it is just working that, like you're getting your knees over your toes and putting yourself in those compromised positions. And it's tough. It's a lot of hard work, especially for guys like me that have had my knees rebuilt and you've had surgeries on them. And, my goal is to be able to do an ass-to-grass squat, but I physically can't get quite that low yet. I can get pretty close, though. What's up, Pharaoh? Squat is better than deadlift. I would agree with that. If you throw you first $1 bills, can you? If I throw you a fistful of $1 bills, will you try? Yeah. Try what though? What are we trying? Do you take steroids? Abdallah Ashraf. Yes. Short answer. All right, I've had enough rest. I don't even know if I should be doing this. It's a lot of weight for this movement. It's I got an incline, and then you got the 4-inch range of motion extension with the camber bar. Yeah. Yep. I think I'm gonna lay off. That did not feel right at all. I think what I need to do is I need to focus on some dumbbell work. There's something that just felt wrong. It just doesn't feel right. It's not painful. It just feels like it's like there's a mechanical issue. Hey, babe, you open a massage tonight? Squat down and touch my ankles.
I mean, I could get in a squat position, no problem. It's not that, that's not, right about here my knee pops. Oh yeah. And then now I'm resting. This is me resting. So this is naturally as close as I can get to my ankles. Right there. But when I load this up with weight, it's kind of painful right in here. So this is about as low as I go. But that's way deeper than you need to go for competition. Yeah, it could be. No, I've done a pretty good amount of volume today, though. I went up to 335 on the straight bar, and now I'm going to 315 with an incline. You should make a public squat competition so people can join in, and you can make a video on it, like max weight for 6 months' time. Dude, I would love to have a squat competition. I need to do some rules, though. Like, you've got to be totally raw. You can use wraps or sleeves, and that's it. Toe touch competition. Well, I'm plenty flexible. You guys have seen my videos where I stretch. I can almost do the splits, like touching it. But I know what you're talking about there, because there's guys that couldn't put their shoes on standing up. Front squats are interesting because that's like a lot of that is dependent on ankle mobility. You natty know. Oh, I see what you're saying when you say touch your toes. Okay, now I got you. You got a new singlet for bodybuilding. It's bright blue. You have to see. Put a video off the. Who's RG? How's my boxing cardio? It's all right. Did you finally get some sleep? Yeah, I slept all night last night. Mario needs a hug. Everybody give Mario Burgos a hug. So, I'm sorry, buddy. We love you, though. We love you just the way you are. Yeah, I don't know. Sounds like a stupid challenge. I'm not really interested in it. I'm training for competition. And, like, I don't care. There's a lot of people that squat more than me, you know what I mean? Like, I don't obsess over stuff like that. I honestly don't even know what we're challenging. Yeah, I have wet shoes. I squat with these bad boys. Bam! I love these. These are badass. Best for the money. They're not super expensive. They're what? I forgot what I paid for these. Just a max squat. But I mean, what would be the point though? Like, yeah, I don't know. Go look on my channel. Are you talking about those little blue underwears you was wearing? Your little banana hammock? Prosty? I don't understand that language, but hello. My dick holder. Yeah. One more set here, and then we'll do a couple accessories and get the fuck on with it. Well, let me rest a minute. All right. I would normally I like to read comments, but I'm refraining. Jay, what's up? Appreciate that. Just got in from a freezing cold walk. Yeah, what's the weather there where you're at, buddy? I've been reading Deadlift. Rockman. So I still don't understand quite what the competition is. If we're just talking like ass to grass squatting. When's your next kickboxing practice? I have to post video from last night's training. I was thinking about hitting the bag after I get done benching. But what are we? How long have I been online, sweetie? It's 1:38, so I need to hurry the fuck up. I'm not gonna ban anybody, especially not you, Def. What do you know about that shirt? All right. What's the title of the page you're on, dude? Do you feel like the kickboxing gyms are helping you out? I don't know. Did you check the videos out? I mean, I seem like I'm coming along pretty good. Like we did clinch training the last one. It was, whoa, that wore me the fuck out, dude. They paired me up with a guy as big as I was, and we just did clinch wrestling the entire hour. Oh, it was brutal. Goddamn right, Semper Fi, brother. And we're not the only jarheads in the house either. There's a couple more with us. Did you ever hit the 720? No. What I did, I hit 665 for 3, and I need to post that. I'm gonna post that short. That was a badass. That was the third rep. That really kicked ass. Dep, you got a divorce. I thought you were young. Bobby's such a good boy guy. I've been a clown so many of these lives, never got banned. No, we like the clowns here, Era. That's the whole point of this channel, is like to talk shit and have a good laugh. Fucking A. Just like we used to do in the core. Not the most recent, but your rhythm on the bag on the last one was good. I'm getting better. I can almost do the splits again. My kicks are getting stronger. I'm turning my hips a little better. I still have, like, if you look at my some of my sparring videos, I'm still hesitating and not throwing punches quite right, but we're getting better. Definitely getting better. Should I get a bright pink and purple banana hammock next? Yeah. Vlad time. By 65, do you mean 650? No, so I deadlifting the other day, I hit 665 for a triple. I have to verify that and look at the video, but yeah. Yeah, I just called it a day after that. I was like, my hands were rough. I was running out of time. I'd been on stream for 4 hours. No, you're good, dude. Nobody ever has to apologize to me for joking around. It's all good. You give me shit, I'm gonna try to give you shit back. You say something funny, I'm gonna try to say something funny back. That's how it works. I know. I'm watching other streams like I'm watching other lifters' streams. People keep telling me about check other Marines out. There's this one guy, he does these calisthenics and he's badass. Like, he's in really good shape. But like, I noticed they don't really have fun with the comments section. They don't really, like, chop it up at all. Only Wolverine has to apologize. That's never gonna happen. Do you even lift? Not even a little, Shrek. My ninjas, B-ball, what's going on? All right. Only YouTube live I watch in 22. I'm on 200 milligrams of Test and 100 milligrams of DHB currently. That's for Vinod time. So my question would be, like, what do you need that information for? Depth Hitler, front squats. How heavy can I go with front squats? I haven't really tried to max them out, but I think I could probably get at least 405. I have to try. You know what? Maybe next time I do squats, I'll do front squats and see how heavy I can go. The problem is not the weight or the strength, it's the pulling forward. It gets hard to balance that weight. Wolverine is confident that Trump will annex Canada. Honestly, that would be the best thing that ever happened to Canada. But I don't see that happening. Yeah, D-Bird 0311 channel. Yes, I don't think I was watching his stream, and he doesn't. It's not that he doesn't handle the trolls well. He just it's a little too serious. I'd like to see him joke around a little more. Let's go Rams. I don't think annex is the correct word. Let's see. West Coast handstand push-ups are really impressive for his weight. I haven't seen those. Just curious because I heard it ain't the best for you. Well, what does that mean? Like, context matters. You heard steroids are bad? But then, like, okay, so I'm not going to get in this conversation again, but there's like a spectrum, and the conversation's stupid. It's either all bad or all natural, and there's nothing in between. So I just don't spend a lot of time talking about it. Front squat all core, it should go up well for you.
I just need, but I just don't know how heavy I can go. I haven't tried to max them out. The world would be a better place if Wolverine could be appointed mayor of BC. That hair, though. He does have beautiful hair. In the teen division, going for my pro card. When you say pro card, EKM, like, what do you mean? What does that mean? Yo, I had to punch my drunk friend last night. He kept trying to crash out, and I socked him in the face, and he ended up crying and giving me a hug. My wife did that to me last week. Are you in the wrong? I couldn't. Hey, if you want him giving you a hug afterwards, then I guess it's all good. Sometimes I think every man needs to get tuned up once in a while just to remind him. I did not time anybody out. So, John, if you got timed out, I apologize. I hope you're still with us. Can we untime him out? As a Canadian, I don't want to turn into America. No, that's a valid opinion. Yeah, totally valid opinion. If I was Canadian and some other countries like, you need to be part of us, who the hell are you? But we love our Canadians, and we would definitely welcome you as the 51st state, for sure. Matter of fact, a lot of the people I work with in my field are from Canada, and they came down here for whatever reason, and they don't seem to want to go back, and yet they tell us how awesome your healthcare system is, and that you have to pay 50% taxes to get substandard care. I don't really want to get into that, but our healthcare isn't much better. My max front was 100. Let's see. Do you take rest days? I've had a week off, man. I was up in Utah. I didn't work out at all. I think I worked out in a little gym one night. You go by your body. That's when you train by your body. You know how hard you can go, and you can train every day of the week if you want to. I don't go heavy every day. Sometimes I just come and fart around, and I've spent most of the time talking to you guys. This is a rest day. Mo Morris, beefcake, yeah. What is the most noticeable difference taking steroids except the muscle gain? Well, for me, being at the age of 50, it was a lot. There's a big difference. Almost every metric across the board was improved in my life. Everything from my libido, stamina, the amount of energy I had, my outlook on life. Like, low testosterone, it can put you in a pretty dark place. And I didn't even know I was suffering from low testosterone. It was a buddy I was training with that turned me on to it. Yeah, John, sorry you got put in a timeout. I don't think that was... You're a Canadian. Like, that's totally valid. I'm joking when I say, we're going to make Canada America. That's never going to happen. I can tell you right now, there's no way that the United States is going to annex Canada, and I don't even know how that joke got started. I understand the context of the conversation Trump was having, but they took him way out of context on that. Sometimes Trump says stupid shit. We love him, and I love Trump for how off the cuff he is. I love the guy. I think he's hilarious, and I'm a supporter. I voted for him, but he does say some dumb shit sometimes. Plus, the president of the United States can't just decide to annex countries that are the sovereign nations. One thing I know for certain is that Trump hates Trudeau with a passion, and as should you. As a Canadian, I don't know why you haven't risen up and slain this motherfucker. And I do believe he'd like to rid the world of that poison. But aside from that, no, you Canadians are like a biggest ally, one of the biggest historically. ERA, do you recommend any PEDs for older people? What I do know, I recommend getting your blood work done. Go into a clinic. Helix HRT is the one I use. Get your blood work done. Get assessed by a doctor. Find out what your needs are, and then go from there. JJ, I appreciate your reply. I'd just like to ask. You say you don't build muscle without rest. I don't know what to believe. No, you absolutely have to rest, for sure. But like, here's the thing. Like, say you squat heavy yesterday, right? And then today you just want to like hit the heavy bag or do some push-ups or some stretching or some body weight. Is that training? Yeah. But is it squat training? No. So you're still recovering from that. That's the whole reason why we do splits to begin with. From an American perspective, acquiring Canada would be pretty cool. Yeah, hell yeah, it would be. I like Trump too, but Canada just feels a little safer. Yeah, yeah, I don't blame you guys. Andrew Tate says he's going to run for UK Prime Minister. That'd be interesting. I don't follow politics. I don't know specifically why people hate Trudeau so much because he's a fucking communist. Dude, the guy he's the antithesis to everything that we enshrine to be true in the Constitution of the United States. Trudeau is against all of that. He's against free speech. He's for censorship. He's for equality of. He's for. What did he say? It was not equal opportunity, equal outcome, which means basically. It just everything about him is just like it's statist, it's collectivist, and he's like the antithesis to everything America stands for. The biggest thing was his censorship, like what he did. Remember the trucker rally and he froze all those bank accounts? I mean, that's some like next level tyrannical shit. You guys don't even have the right to peaceful protest. We don't like Trudeau down here at all. There's nothing positive to say about that man. But Canadians are awesome. We love you guys. What do you do for shoulders? Bench and overhead press. Yes, forced opportunity, exactly. And you know what? America is going through that shit too. It sounds like it's finally run its course and the pendulum's starting to swing the other way, and that's what we need to be careful of. Because I don't want to go back to when we were too conservative, like back in the 80s when you had Tipper Gore censoring all of the music because it was the devil. And we don't need that shit either. Ooh. Yeah. Tenjin Izui. That's right. That's what I was for Halloween. Oh, that's what you said. I go down to the little gym and just lift the bars or bells with no weights on the weekends. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that, Peter. I used to like Tate, then he got weird with everybody and said everything's gay. And yeah, he's kind of, Tate kind of, I don't know how I feel about that guy anymore. Never seen someone do push-ups without touching the ground before. I'm trying to get that shoulder stretch, the pec stretch. CIA, no reason to murder Trudeau like they did JFK. I think of being extreme and keeping a closed mind with no room for growth is bad, and Tate was that too much hate in his heart. Yeah, he kind of got he got a little too extreme for my taste. The biggest nut job in the White House is RFK. I can't help but like the guy though. But he is, he's not natural. Dorian Yates, train, rest, recover, grow, repeat. Yeah, you're damn right. Gonna angle this a little bit here. I'm trying to get over these bars a little. I'm sure I wonder if I can get this way. Whoa. Whew. I think I need to get them a little bit more out. The autistic vaccine narrative, yeah. I did like his take on peptides, though, and the FDA holding back medicine, which I told. It's like two things can be true at the same time. A guy can be batshit crazy and still have some valid points. It's just the batshit craziness then invalidates the good stuff he's got to say. So I like him. I like RFK, but he's got some. He does say some interesting things. People who don't like Tate don't like they mama. Yeah. The best person that ever came in the White House was Monica Lewinsky. People, oh man. Man, that's a 90s reference. Who would you say is the most disliked powerlifter for their personality? Currently? Like actual competitive powerlifter? Well, I don't know. I mean, every powerlifter I know is pretty cool. Like that actually competes. I don't have a problem with any of them. I know a lot of bro lifters that are hating on YouTube that are assholes. Anybody who would actually legitimately come at you and say that they're a better person than you because they lift more, or they judge you by the amount of weight you lift, is by definition a douchebag. You know, I lift more than you. Okay. Would you like a cookie? Lots of people lift more than me. Let's see. Spoken or written account of connected events, a story. He's telling a story. What does that mean? He's automatically wrong. Who's automatically wrong, John? My dude found you on my algorithm, and damn, you're jacked. You look like a food. Thanks, Papa. Have you heard of Colton Engelbright, aka Limit Breaker? He comes off as kind of weird during interviews. Is that the redheaded guy, Colton? Are you actually humoring the debunked autistic vaccines hypothesis in 2025? Who's that? I don't touch that stuff. Like when it comes to like, I mean, I have my own opinions on it, but you don't go anywhere near those arguments. You ever hear the USPA? I would need to know if I was going to debunk anything. I want to see a specific argument. Like I wouldn't want to know what we were factually talking about if it came to do with anything medical. And then from there, I would give you my opinion based off of any kind of research that's peer reviewed or provable, or at least repeatable, scientific method kind of stuff. You know what I mean? You hear that the UFC You hear the UFC made it. You can kick and knee grounded opponents unless they both knees are further on the ground. I'm not sure what that you need. How do you diagram that sentence? What? The only study that has never been replicated is telling the truth, and all the failed replication studies are lies. Well, I know you're being hyperbolic, but I don't understand what the context of what it is we're talking about. I never really heard anything bad about Powerlifter. No, I don't know. Like anybody, I've never met anyone who actually competes that is. Well, they all seem to be. I haven't met any. Like even the guy that beat me in competition in Worlds, he wound up being my corner. Like he's the one that videoed for me so I could see what I was doing wrong, and he helped me correct my squat, even though that meant I was gonna get a better squat than him. Like if it was a YouTube lifter and they saw me squatting incorrectly, they wouldn't say a fucking word and they would just let me bomb out of the meet. He actually came and helped me. He saw I was leaning too far forward and he adjusted the barbell on my back and he's like, "You go get it." And I beat him. That was the one lift where I did better than him. And it's like, what a cool dude, you know? That's how powerlifters are.
Uh, UFC has allowed the 90-degree elbows on the ground and kicking opponents on the ground now. Like soccer kicking them? That's horrifying. I wouldn't do that to anybody. That's like totally bad sportsmanship. Do you eat cottage cheese? Apparently it's good for bodybuilding. I like cottage cheese. I don't eat it for any other reason than I enjoy it. RFK went out of his way to say food dyes were poisoning America. Okay, but isn't that one of those two things can be true at the same time, PF? Like, because the dyes are poison. They're banned in other countries. No, is that the only thing that's wrong in America? No, but I do agree with him on the food dye thing. Like, totally. I've been staying away from that crap for years. Rice Krispie work as a stool hardener. Cannel Zoid, take that. Come on, you can do better than that, Cannel. Can everybody give Cannel a hug? He needs a hug. Come on, buddy. Come over here. Join us. Tell us, show us on the doll where they hurt you. Did you get touched in your privates? It's okay, you could tell us. A lot of Americans will believe it's the food dyes because they never lifted. Well, there are some ingredients that are common in America that are not legal in food overseas, and it does make you kind of question, like, well, why was that? And would one want to investigate further for themselves to see what that is? Now, whether or not, I don't know. I mean, to me, that's the beginning of an argument, not the end of one. Funny thing, MSG, and the other thing is, like, I eat the shit out of MSG. I don't think MSG is bad for you, and that's been one of those food myths that's been propagated. What about margarine? You know, margarine is literally like an ion away from being a polymer, and has no nutritional value whatsoever, and yet it was passed off as years as like the healthier alternative to butter, and you don't wonder why we're having so many, like, if you look at the graphs of obesity and heart attacks, and it started right around the time that they started, inundating us with fake foods, and margarine being one of them. I mean, there's a lot of things that are wrong in Western diets, and I think RFK's onto a few good points, and I think he's batshit crazy on a few other. But with any argument, I'd still want to know specifics so I know what it is I'm talking about. He's an easy target. He does kind of he is kind of low hanging fruit sometimes, though. You're a monster, not a human. So much conflicts of interest in the White House. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, we were headed towards communism with the current administration. Like, I'm vehemently against about every single thing that the Democrats have done for the last 4 years. I mean, they're so bad that I would consider taking up arms to overthrow them. That's how bad I think the Democrats are. No, it'll be interesting to see what happens. It's going to be an interesting 4 years. Why do people instantly get mad when they see a muscular person that doesn't make you happy? When people get genuinely upset because of something I'm doing that has no effect on them whatsoever, and the choices they make, I do get a little joy out of it, yes. Bowel cancer has been in the massive increase for young people. I wonder why. Bowel cancer. I don't wonder why, but yeah, exactly. No food tastes like homemade food. And that right there is the cure to everything. Just make it yourself. Even then, you get processed meats from, unless you're going to a butcher and you brought the cow with you, you don't know how they process the meat. And we can get that pedantic with it. And yeah, they do still process those foods, but generally speaking, if you can make it with ingredients yourself as much as possible, you just eliminate all that shit to begin with. And that's really one thing we've done. Now, I still enjoy cookies and ice cream, and we order pizza now and again. And last night I had Carl's Jr., and I probably shouldn't have, but I did. And, but it's rare. It's the exception, not the rule.
Yeah, b-ball journey. People are jealous haters most of the time. I got a little bit of insight onto how these streams work. So I was sitting on my toilet, scrolling through the shorts, and then after about 10 shorts, it started random streams just like this one. And I realized what people are doing is they're sitting on the shitter and they're just scrolling through until something piques their interest. And then they say something shitty and usually move on. You don't even get a response from them. So keeping that in mind, it does kind of make sense why I get some of the comments I get. But what I try to do is I try to snare them like a spider web and see if I can get them to stick around for more than a minute, even if they are being shitty to me. Did Prophet Fear block me, or is he just ignoring the facts I'm saying? I don't know if he blocked you. I certainly did not. All right. What do you say, babe? It's 2:05. I'm gonna make this my last set, and then I'm gonna get off. Maybe I'll do some heavy bag training later, but I've been on long enough, and I got stuff I gotta do. Oh, we'll go for broke here. Get a nice wide grip. Go as deep as possible. Shoulders feel real good. Yeah, my settings aren't all messages. I don't have anyone filtered out. B-Miss is trying to get me to acknowledge him, but his comment's not clever enough. Jamal Riz, what's up? Men should do 210 push and 60 pulls Mondays and Wednesdays. Tuesday and Thursday squat calves. Yes, you would have excellent results. It wouldn't work for me though, because I'm training to compete in powerlifting. But I would not argue against that. It's a lot of work though. You better love doing those movements. The confirmation bias on the meta-analysis of many studies. Yes, which is why I don't take anything at face value. I might say if something resonates with me, I'm going to do research. I'm going to look into it. Well, Kevin, it's like, okay, you need creatine. Like, what does that even mean? Like, and it was enough where he needed to repeat it, like my son trying to get my attention. I'm like, is he just trying to say something funny? Let's work on that a little. What was this meta-analysis we're talking about? I'm not even sure what you guys are arguing about, I'll be honest with you. All right. University of... What are we talking about, though? Like, I don't know the topic. What are you guys talking about? Study on what? I wasn't paying close enough attention, so I'm not sure what you guys are arguing about. But I do need to get going. I had a good time. Thanks for hanging out with me. I wish I had time to hit the heavy bag, but I got to get going. We got stuff to do. I love you guys. We'll see you on the battlefield.